Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Bannerlord mods, and there is a whole lot of information on this. I mean, there's something like 34 to 35 questions from the community being answered by the Tailworlds team. Now, today we're going to be learning about all the different things to do with modding. I won't be going into the really technical stuff that the large majority of you, including myself, don't understand. I'll leave that to the people that are actually interested in that side of stuff to go to the actual blog, which is down in the description, and you can take a look at the more technical side of things. Before I get into this video, I'd like to say from today's video, which is a Bannerlord video, obviously, I'm going to be uploading consistently again. It's going to be a bit of a channel revival. I'm going to be bringing some new games. I have a very interesting Game of Thrones video coming up very soon, which I hope you will enjoy. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So the first question reads, what language will be used for modding? As we know, they're using the C# scripting language. Some of the modding tools available are the Scene, Mesh, Material, Skeleton, Replay, Particle, Atmosphere, Cloth, and Path editors, as well as the resource, model, and animation viewers. So for people that mod, you'll probably know what that means. I'm not entirely sure. The next part is actually really interesting. At the end of that list of tools, they add the runtime performance profile tools that we use will be available for modders. They will be able to check the performance and impact of the changes that they make to the game. So that means that modders will actually be able to kind of optimize their mods. So we won't get mods like PW that have really low frames per second and are not optimized very well at all. If the modders can be bothered to actually go through and check what their changes are doing. I'm not sure if optimization is the right word, but they'll be able to see how much what they've added to the game is actually affecting performance. The next question reads, will we have a Tailworlds developer working with the community to support modding? In brackets, learning tools, tutorials, feedbacks, etc. The Tailworlds answer with, we will share a documentation site and we are planning to make some tutorial videos. Also, we'll be taking feedback and engaging with users on our forums. This next question is something very interesting. The next question is actually really interesting. It reads, will we be able to launch / select several mods like the Elder Scrolls, or will it be one module at a time like Warband? Tailworlds reply with, the game will support multiple mods at the same time, which is amazing. You'll be able to mount different mods at the same time and then play them all at the same time as long as they're compatible in some way. Again, I'm not a modder, so I don't know how to make them actually compatible and how they work together. The next part is more to do with a little bit of information that Tailworlds are interested in giving us, and it reads, modders will be able to add new campaigns, missions, and quests, which is awesome. Campaigns are executed while the player is spending time on the campaign map, whereas missions are executed when a player is in a scene. For example, if you want to create some extra bandit parties every few days, you can do that with a campaign behavior tool, which is really cool. So you'll be able to add different parties. You can create extra bandit parties in a particular area. You can do it with so many different things. That's awesome. The next bit reads, modders will also be able to change most of the formulas used in game. For example, if you want to add a special item that makes you move faster on the map, you will add that item through an XML file, which I'm not sure what that is. You can also modify the formula for the campaign map speed, so you can actually edit how quickly the campaign map speed is, so how fast your character goes, I assume, or how fast everything in the game happens. Modders will also be able to change existing behaviors like party members leaving a party when morale is low. They'll be able to change all of that. The next question reads, how many factions can this system support? Are there easy mechanisms to create / modify factions? Tailworlds reply with, you can add as many factions as you like. Technically, creating factions is just a method call, but of course, making them interesting would be the harder part. So you can basically make as many factions as you want, but as they said, making them interesting and actually making these factions unique to one another is actually the hardest bit, because you don't want just loads of different pointless factions that don't really have their own specific traits. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense to have another faction. Moving on to another question, it says, will Battlefield AI, both the troop AI and the strategic AI, be accessible or hard-coded? Tailworlds respond with basically saying you are able to change the aggressiveness and the maximum speed of the AI, and you can also give them target movement points. I presume in a scene you'll be able to tell them to move to a specific place. I think you could do that anyway, but that's pretty cool. They also add formation AI, and overall battlefield AI is extendable, and modders can add new tactics and AI behaviors, which is amazing because you'll be able to edit tactics for battlefield, so you'll be able to make different formations, maybe different things to do with the battlefield. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure modders will come up with something because they always do, and they always did in Warband. You'll also be able to add things like mini-maps to the game, so modders will be able to make something that will track each of the AI's location, or each of the players, if it's a multiplayer game's location. Then you can kind of translate that onto a mini-map, which is awesome because there's not going to be a mini-map in the native game. The next question says, will it be possible to alter where the AI aims with ranged weapons? The reply reads, you can give them an entity to target, so you might spawn in and then you might have people practicing shooting bows and arrows so they can shoot at specific entities, so possibly a character or maybe like a target or something like that. They also add a little bit of information which I presume most of you knew already, which is the crafting system only works for melee weapons. I'm afraid it doesn't work for armor, shields, bows and crossbows because I think it would just take a little bit too much time for them to do it, and I don't really think people would utilize it enough. The next question is, will every piece of equipment have physics options, for example tassels, clothes, etc., including weapons? They reply with, not every piece probably, but modders can add it to all types of equipment. Weapons can have them as cosmetic only, so no flails with the cloth system. Basically, modders will be able to add animations and physics options, etc. to your tassels or your hair and stuff like that. So that's all of the questions summed up. That's most of the new information that's given. If you are like a committed modder, you should go ahead and check out this blog. It does help you guys out a lot. The link is down in the description. Also down in the description, you'll find the link to my GTA link thingy, which if you buy a game through that link, I get a certain cut of the money that you spend. And that's probably the best way you can support me in this time of having no ads at all. But yeah guys, that will pretty much sum up this video. I am back to uploading regularly. I have got some Hearts of Iron on the way. I've got some cool Game of Thrones stuff coming up in the next few days. I've got some whole fast nations at war. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day, and I will see you in the next battle.